Hey there, Hitchhikers, mindlessbile here, and this is guide entry 17 for No Man's Sky. We're about to land on the planet Caladan, the last planet we need to go to in the Agar system before we move on to continue our main quest. This is our third ocean planet for the Agar system, and this one's a little bit cooler. Not quite as cold as Hadley's Hope was. It is also a rainforest planet on its land masses that it does have. And so it stays pretty warm except for when it's storming. But the problem is that it is constantly storming. And I will note that I completed this planet in just a couple of hours. After uploading episode 16 yesterday, I only played for about 3 hours, and I pretty much found everything and was finally able today to get the video out. So as I said before, we will be continuing on our main quest for episode 18. We will go meet the representatives of the Atlas. I believe their name is Nada and Polo, and receive our first Atlas Pass, Volume 1, so now we can start unlocking more stuff inside of the structures on the planets as well as things inside of the space stations. But here's a good example of what this planet was like 90% of the time. Constant storming, constant cold, constant having to dig shelter out of the side of the ground, and as usual, the nice calm, peace, quiet of the ocean itself. Now, the land masses were pretty big, so I didn't really spend a lot of time in this ocean, and once again, we only found 2 species of life in the ocean, so once I found them, I didn't really bother much exploring the ocean. Our first 2 animals here is a Z-duck, kind of a goat lizard. Next we have another woozle, the mega woozle. These guys were all over the place in big family pods. And since the patches are showing a lot more different behavior, you'll see them scratching at themselves, you'll see some of them laying down. And I couldn't really distinguish the 2 different species, so I just showed a kind of quick clip to show you the kind of behavior that they now show. I mean, they always kind of clustered together, but now they seem like definite family pods. You can see we had the kind of gold and blue leaves that were on the planet Eros. A lot of different types of trees. Some areas were pretty stony and just rocky. Our first fish here, if you call it a fish, is our ghost squid. I managed to use the ghost name. And this was basically the most complicated life that was in the ocean. The next species is just some type of worm or eel. Doesn't have much of a face. I couldn't get a good shot of his face. Next we got the mud tromper. Found these guys usually near the entrances and close to the inside of caves. And most species of life seems to enjoy the constant raining. They don't seem to shy from the rain or disappear. They're out just as abundant in the rain. But these guys always seem to be down in these low down kind of muddy areas, hence the name mud tromper. Here we got the grim deer. I talked about him in the last episode, and I found the grim deer, because he is one mean son of a bitch. I mean, this ain't your normal Bambi here. We got a carnivorous deer. And I just seen him, you know, throughout the course of the play, he's just riding all the other animals' asses, keeping them on the move, him and his mate here. I guess she would be Feline. And look at her go. Ah, listen for the screams of pain and death. Now we got the jewelback scuttling crab after the Hitchhiker's Guide's crabs that the Vogons ate on their natural planet, which was the only beautiful thing that happened on their planet, and so they captured them and smashed them with mallets and ate their insides and threw away the jewel shell. This guy ended up more in a kind of a beetle on stilts than he did a crab, but I didn't see him till way later. These guys are a pain. I will be happy to maybe, you know, get a couple planets without crabs. Now we got the Gilphibian, another kind of odd pachyderm. You got this, I don't even know what in the world's going on with his face. It's the different combinations of other elements that the game's used already. And his mate, which more looks like a frog, which as I saw first is why I got the name. Looks like a kind of cute, docile, sad little frog creature. Sucking something off the side of the rocks for sustenance. Only bird, we got the yellow slike. Another swallow-like back tail and a nice kind of yellow, almost kind of a hawk look to him. Now we got the Great Green Argle Seizure, another Hitchhiker's Guide reference to the people who believed the Great Green Argle Seizure sneezed the universe into existence, was awaiting the doomsday, the coming of the Great Hanky, or Handkerchief. And these were pretty big enemies, or not enemies, but animals in general, but I was able to befriend them, as you can see. Now this is the strangest one so far, the Cephalax. I tried so hard not to come up with a dick reference for this one after making a video about people making dick names. But I mean, it's... And here is actual proof. The Cephalax actually just took down an animal and ate it. Now I didn't get his mate on camera. I wasn't recording when it happened and I could not find another one. These guys are kind of a pain to kill. And this is the first hopping enemy I've had to face. But he has this kind of neat, like, punch dummy effect. When you hit him, he kind of rolls backwards. Alright, Hitchhikers. Remember to stay tuned for the next episode as we get to go and further some more of the main quest. But that's all for episode 17. Or, sorry, guide entry 17. So stick your thumb out and subscribe if you want to hitch a ride with me, Mindless Bile, to the center of the galaxy.